This has been a standard for the past few weeks are Play-Doh alphabet cards, and they just take the Play-Doh and they trace it out here on the letter. So a little pre-writing practice. Alright, so here I want to show you how I introduced an apple. And of course, we don't go through a lesson without our three-part Montessori cards. And so here are all the different parts of an apple. And then what we did is we took the cards here without the words, and Bella matched the actual apple, and now insert a clip of that. So for this picture, she matched the core. The only one we couldn't do there was the apple tree. She would match the flesh to the flesh, the skin to the skin, and so on. And then the last part that we did with this was she matched the words. We also made this book, and before I laminated them and put them in this binder ring, they colored them. So this is to show us what foods we eat that are made from apples. And again, they love binder books, so this was a neat little idea. And this free printable is from thisreadingmama.com. So something else we also did with the apples while going through the book, you'll see here. For art, we did apple stamps. And then once it gets through the part of where you're discovering the inside of the apple, I taught them how to slice an apple with this apple slicer. And I found it was easier instead of just going directly here. I sliced them in half first, and they each got to slice open a half. Again, discovered the inside of the apple, the star, the core, the seeds. We popped out our seeds and we used them for different counting activities. Look at all these apples. What color are they? Green, yellow, and red. What color apple do you have?
I have green.
Green, that's right. At the top of my apple is the stem. Can you find your stem? Can you hold your apple from the stem?
Yeah, it makes it so heavy.
Good. Look, Noah, here's your stem. Look, you can hold it from the stem.
It is heavy. You can bend it.
You can bend it. My apple grew from a flower. At the bottom of the apple, you can see the dried up flower. Can you see it? That's where the flower used to be. You can feel it. Look, Noah, look at the bottom of the apple. Look, you can see the flower. That was a flower.
Yeah.
The skin of my apple is smooth and hard. This is the skin. It's smooth, right? It's not bumpy, and it's hard. If you drop my apple into water, do you think it will float? I think so. Naya wants to know if she can hear the seeds rattle. Shake it. Can you hear the seeds? No. I have eaten my apple and I found 6 seeds inside. How many seeds did my friends find inside their apples?
Yeah.
You want to count how many seeds you have here?
Yeah.
Count them. Nao's apple is cut in half. The seeds fit in the little cases inside the core. See, the core is this middle piece. The white part soon turns brown. If we paint or cut our apples, we can make print like these. Look, we cut them, we can paint them. We can make apple stamps. That's pretty cool, huh?
Paint them.
Yeah. A cooking apple is bigger than my apple. These apples are big. They're cooking apples. How do you like to eat apples?
I like to eat green.
You like to eat applesauce?
Applesauce?
Yeah, we can eat applesauce. We like.
Yeah, we do.
This says apple tree.
Apple tree, apple tree, apple tree, apple tree. We
This says seeds.
seeds. Seeds. Seeds. Seeds.
This says core.
Core. Core. Core. Yeah. It's upside down.
Upside down.
Yep. Core.
And this says flesh.
Flesh.
More name practice this week, and this is a puzzle. Again, just construction paper. I wrote out their name, I cut it into pieces, and I laminated it. And for Bella, we did first and last name. All right, and for our worksheet trays, here I just separated them in what we did for Bitty Beginnings and any other freebie printables or workbook sheets that I've pulled out. So here again is uppercase and lowercase cut, paste, and sort. Here is spot it or seek and find. So again, she's to circle the uppercase and lowercase a's. All right, and something else that we did with Play-Doh here for our last Bitty Beginnings worksheet is we used these do-a-dot letters, but we used Play-Doh. So we traced the A's with red Play-Doh apples. All right, and all of these here are free printables that I found online or sheets that I've pulled out of workbooks from the Dollar Tree. Again, this is from thisreadingmama.com, and I pulled a lot of freebie Apple activities from her site, so definitely check her out. And this was part of a sensorial activity that we did. I'll insert a clip for that, but they made an apple tree here. Another from This Reading Mama, and this is just circle which one is different. Bella did really good at this. This is the first time that she does a which is different, and she did really well, and she enjoyed it as well. A workbook sheet from a workbook that I have from the Dollar Tree is that these came with cartoonish pictures or cutouts, and so I Googled my own. I cut them out and I put them aside for her of real life pictures. You guys know I've spoken about that before. I prefer real life images here, and this is the life cycle of an apple, and we reviewed that in our book, and we also learned about that in our Montessori 3-part card. Again, we're still working on numbers 1 through 10. Not that she doesn't know them, she knows how to count, she knows the numbers, just practice. So 1 and 2. The wipe clean book that we use every week, and she did letter A. And Noah did some for color sorting and again for fine motor practice. So we have a red apple tree, a green apple tree, and a yellow apple tree, and it's basic. What they do is they pick it up and they drop each apple in the color of tree that it corresponds. This is a matching puzzle, and because we're making our way into our farm series, and so this is match. So you match the mom and the baby. So let's see here. The mom cow and the baby cow. And again, we have more word building this week and letter recognition. So we have A is for ant. This side has a sun. And again, I did show this last week. I like to include a lot more letters than they need. And so they sort through these letters and they find what they need to put this puzzle together. Play-Doh tray here, and this apple mat I printed and laminated, and this apple tree mat is from thisreadingmama.com. So this basket here has flashcards with different numbers, so they pull a number, let's say number 4, and they take the Play-Doh. The idea is to place 4 apples on the apple tree. All right, and this is Apple Pop game, and this is by Wonder Forge, and this is a great color matching and sorting game. And this is what the inside looks like, and we have some instructions here. The portion of the box here is used for the actual game. All right, and the first thing that they enjoy about this game is helping me place the apples on the apple tree. It also comes with 3 little baskets and the little basket weaving here at the bottom. Each person gets one of these little baskets, and there's a few different sequences or varieties here. And then last is this little pick. You're supposed to pop out an apple. If it lands here in the box, then you get to keep it. And if this apple lands outside the box, then you do not get to keep it. You have to put it back. And if the apple lands in one of the baskets, again, you get to keep it for your own basket here. And you get to go again and pop out another apple. And again, as long as it lands in the box, you keep it for your tray. And that's it. And so the kids have lots of fun popping these out. It's not as easy as it seems. The idea here is to build an apple pie. So I have these baking tins, which are actually meant for tortilla bowls. I have a scrap canvas. I think felt would also work out. So they grab the bottom here, which is supposed to be the crust. All right, and then you make your apple pie. So you put in your apple pieces, and you can just make a red apple pie or a different colored apple pie. And you get the point. And then you want to add the top layer. This was just an open-ended activity that would allow them to use their imagination, and it kept them busy for quite some time.